What's going on, YouTube? Pistol Pete. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. As you can tell by the title, today I'm going to be doing my full hard use review on the Espada Large. My absolute favorite freaking carry. I love carrying that thing, man. So let's let me show you real quick. Here's what it looks like in the closed package here, and absolutely love it. Before I get started on all the specs and everything on this, I'll let you know that I told you guys, you guys see numerous, and I think I've done a few chopping videos with it, but I haven't actually done a full-on, just all-around review on this knife yet. I've been wanting to do it, I just haven't had time, so I finally get to go out here and show you guys hard use testing with this bad boy. And I have to say, out of all my knives, I carry this one the most. I should say all my big knives, I carry this one the most. I do carry a lot of the smaller ones. Sometimes I'll carry this with a smaller EDC, but just because it's so many different applications you could use this for. I mean, from bushcraft all the way to, you know, carrying around just around your house to, you know, even at work. You know, I mean, this could be a good work knife. Awesome for self-defense, and I think that's what it's designed for. That's what Lim Thompson designed it for, is self-defense. Just an all-around badass knife. I love it. I love it. It's actually one of my all-time favorite folders. So let's get started. Let's get started here. Okay, so you're gonna have a 5.5-inch blade with that awesome freaking swooping clip point. And one thing I love about cold steel, and they do for some of these big folders, and I think other knives too, but they fatten the tip. If you can see that there, see how they spear the tip a little bit, so you got a lot of strength behind that tip for piercing and throwing and stabbing. Just awesome. This in here is the Oz 10A steel. They do make this in the S35VN, which it has the, you know, the more fancier version with the aluminum bolsters and the G10 handles. This is G10, but this is more like a tactical style G10. Just enough grip, which is good. It doesn't tear up your pockets, but it feels good in the hand. I love it. And then of course, like most of the Espadas, it has those 3 different types of grips you can get. You can get the, I mean, if you want to get real close up, you can get real close up, choke up on it and do shaving. You can right here, and I would have to say the mid grip, mid to low here, and then you can go all the way back, choke back all the way for chopping, for heavy chopping. And as you know, and I think I told you guys before, I ended up slicing my finger right here before, the cheap ass folder. I think it was one of those Timber Rattler folders. Those are novelty 100%. I ended up having to, you know, swing it around at a cardboard box, and it closed on my hand, trusting the damn lock. It closed and sliced me down to the tendon here, and I had to go get stitches and surgery on that. But you know, so just to let you know that, but this one here I trust wholeheartedly. That has the triad lock system, which everyone that knows cold steel knows about the triad lock and how strong and durable the triad lock is. It's just absolutely awesome. Super strong lockup. I mean, that thing just clicks in hardcore. It's close as you can get to a fixed blade in a folder. Just amazing, badass. And the more triad's known, and the more you use it, the harder, the tighter the lock gets. You know, it's just cool. And what I love about this is look how slender that is. Look how slender that is. You know, that's great. And you know, like they say, like Lim Thompson says, you know, you can do everything with a big folder that you can do with a small folder, but not the other way around. So you could, I mean, you could everything. You could, from this, like you said, you could skin an elephant or you can skin a rat. You know, it's just perfect for everything, all type of use. This one here, and the reason I did this isn't new. This is the one I've been carrying for over 2 years now, so I have this all the time. But I just had to make a review for you guys to show you how awesome this freaking blade is. You know, if you haven't got one, I would highly recommend getting one. Even before I do this review, because I've already beat the hell out of this and already know. But I just wanted to do like a full test. I realized, I looked back and I was like, you know what, when I first got this, I never did a hard use review on this knife. I'm gonna start trying to do more folders to show you guys, and this is one of them. Here's the only damage to the blade I have after 2 years. I don't know if they're picking it up there. You see right at the edge, it's very minor right here. Letting a friend of a friend borrow it at a campfire. My dumb ass fault by letting some drunk guy borrow it that doesn't know how, probably never held a knife. He was chopping at a log, trying to cut it in half to throw in the fire pit, and he put it up against the cement ring, fire pit ring. So he went through and hit, and it caught the edge of the fire pit ring and put a chip in the edge. So that's the only reason why the damage. And I was surprised that, I mean, for he's swinging down hard too, and he missed and hit the cement ring once, and the only damage it had was right there. So not bad. I mean, I just, you know, took it through the workshop a couple times and got, I mean, if I want to, I can grind it all the way down, but I figured out it didn't affect the cutting at all. Still razor sharp, still hair cutting sharp. So For me, it's like it didn't affect the performance at all, having that little tiny nick. So I just left it. I resharpened it because since he hit it and flattened it, the whole edge here, I resharpened it, reprofiled it. Now it's, back to razor. This whole thing is a freaking razor blade. Let me show you guys. Again, my wife hates this, but I like to show the sharpness. I don't have a piece of paper, so I'll show you that way. You guys can see that, right? Off the camera picking that up, all the hairs. Yep, there you go. So, this thing is shave sharp. The whole blade is shave sharp again. And man, it holds edge retention on this is great. Great. I very rarely have to sharpen this damn thing. It's a tank. It's a freaking tank. Okay, let's quit talking and let's get to smashing this thing. Okay, before we get started, I wanted to show how you use the weigh feature. Usually, I think it's designed by Andrew Demko. Some will argue that Emerson invented it first, but for me, I don't give a shit. Whoever did it, it's pretty badass either way. So you could use the clip here like this, clip it into your pants. That won't fall out at all. That's in there tight. These, as you all know, Cold Steel has tight clips for their knives, and that G10 grabs it pretty tight. You don't have to worry about it falling out, when you're doing anything like a mechanic work or at the gym or anything like that. For me, I just let it slide it into my pocket like that, leave it, and it's so sleek, and you barely feel it. It's for as big as a knife is, you could barely feel that. So I just want to show you guys here. When you pull out, the way the weigh feature works is it catches on your pocket. Now, yes, this can damage your pants over time, but how many times are you going to be doing this a day? I guess a lot of us play with it, right? We're going to be doing it, but typically you don't do this every single day. But the way it works is you just pull, and it snaps open, ready to roll. That's faster than a damn switchblade, in my opinion. That thing's, it's awesome. So again, we'll show you fast here. Bam, fast as you can get it, man. That's awesome. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just, when you pull it out, just be more careful pulling out straight out of your pocket straight. You don't have to do that. Ready to roll. All right, let's open this coconut. Start with this today. I like doing that, adding this in the review because it does give a little bit of insight on how sturdy this blade is, because these coconuts, when you get to that actual shell, it's pretty damn hard. So let's see here. Let's chop this up, and then again with this knife, all the different positionings. Here you go back here. If you can do some chopping, let's go to the back there. Let's check it out. Yeah. So I do it over this board because sometimes you miss, and at least you're not hitting the concrete table, damaging that edge. Okay, so now we're kind of to the hard shell. Man, easy. Peel away this husk. Slowly but surely. Since it is a little bit lighter of a blade, you got to give it a little bit harder wax, but I'm getting there. All right, now we're to the shell. Thought we're still at a little bit of this grind here on the top. Now let's break into it. There we go. Now we're to the white meat in the coconut there. So just peel this off. All right. Bam. Look at that delicious milk. Coconut milk. For wifey. She loves this stuff. Okay. Let's see if I could chop this thing open with this. This might be a little too light, but hell, I'm gonna give it a shot and see how it goes. Look at that. Bam. Yeah, you could do it. Oh man. Let's see. Yep. Boom. Fairly easy, not too bad. Any damage to the edge? Let's see, it's full of coconut meat and material, but that edge is looking absolutely flawless. Okay, at the door now. Gonna give some hard wax to the wood here and see how the blade holds up and everything comes loose. and we'll go from there. Awesome chopper. It really feels good. In hand, there's really no shock. For as thin as that grip is, it feels pretty damn good. And it's starting to rain on me out here, so hopefully I can get this footage in before it rains too hard. But so far, I mean, the grip is great. I'm going to the choking up in the back here. And again, this is a triad lock, so I have a lot of faith in it. I have this not folding and chopping my fingers off. I've never heard of anyone having an accident with the triad lock, and hopefully it doesn't happen today. But yeah, just removing material. And this is a pocket knife. I mean, you're using it as a damn Bowie hatchet knife, but it's removing material. Now, mind you, it's not as good as a heavy, 3-pound Bowie. This is a light folding knife, but if you had to in a pinch do some chopping, no problem. Let's see. Nothing loose. Let's go around here and show you the edge. Edge is flawless. No issues at all. Still razor sharp. Another thing I like to do is a point of view chopping, just to show you guys how the material gets removed when you use it. And you can see some of the power I use. I'm gonna give some hard whacks here. Minimal vibration. Surprisingly, I thought it was going to be worse in the hand, feeling it in the grip, but no, it feels pretty smooth in the hand. No hot spots that I could feel when I'm chopping. It really feels nice. I'm just flinging wood. No issues. Taking out material there. Look at that. Let's check out that edge. Flawless. One thing I saw Donnie B do on his testing, and I thought I would throw it in mine, is if you're going through like a hide, like a hide of an animal, how easy is it cut through? And this stuff's pretty thick. It's, the back end of a chair is meant to support weight and everything. So let's just see how easy this cuts through. Ooh, like butter. Look at that. Man, look at that. Made an X. And it's, I'm talking push silk smooth. Look at that. I'm betting any effort downward. When I stab it in, look at that. Just barely pull down and it's slicing. Wow. That's pretty sharp. Let's do some drop test here and some hard downward throws and see if anything comes loose or if the tip bends or anything like that. Let's do it here. So 4 foot up. Smooth. Straight as an arrow. Bam, look at that. All right, let's do a hard downward throw. Boom. Let's try that again. Man, good bite, good bite. I don't hear nothing rattle either. Look at that. Okay, anything loose? No. After chopping, after throwing hard downward throws, that freaking thick ass tip. Hopefully it's picking it up here. Look at that. No issues at all. Straight as an arrow. Man. Okay, I got this branch here. Let's do some like meal prep type stuff or kindling busting. You know how it goes. Let's chop off some of these. If you had to use that. Easy. Pretty much it's like a Bowie. 5.5-inch blade. And like I said, that triad lock makes it like a fixed blade. Let's see here. Easy, man. In twain, son. Look at that edge. Flawless. A little bit of batoning here. Look at that. Splitting that thing, man. This is a folding knife. Again, with that triad lock, Have no worries. Bam. Let's see how it does with a little bit of shaving here. Get some, ooh, look at that. Some feather sticking here. Ooh, for kindling. Beautiful. Man, just awesome. Take that off. So yeah, a little bit more here. Let's try it this way. Just, it's falling off, but it's also, a lot of them are staying too. Man, look at that. Yeah, it's doing it. It's doing it. All right. How about, let's do a spear here, yeah? Let's chop this off. There we go. Okay, so now we almost got a tip. Now I'll try to do some shaving here. Oh, this motherfucker. Okay. Easy. Look how easy this just pulls material off. Man, look at that. Awesome. No damage. Okay, let's give it a throw at the log and see how it holds up. Boom. Let's try that again. I was a little bit off, but still stuck. Whew, look at that. I love that tip. Just a fat, freaking beefy tip. See, is it gonna zoom in here? Let's see. Having a little bit of issues. There we go. But no damage at all. Tip's pointy as ever. One last time. Ooh. Missed that one. Let's try that again. No issues. Let's do a little bit of stabbing and prying. Get you in frame. You can hear how hard I'm hitting it. Board's going boom. Let's check that tip. Whew, flawless. No issues at all. Love cold steel. Okay, let's see if it'll strike a ferro rod. I see a tiny little spark, but it doesn't. There we go, a little tiny spark, but I don't think this spine is a 90. It seems a little bit rounded. Okay, that's it for my review on the Espada Large. Fucking badass, excuse my language, badass knife. All-time favorite freaking folder. This is why I tell you guys, I carry this everywhere. I trust it with my life. It's big enough to be awesome for self-defense, bushcraft, but also nimble and small enough to where you don't feel it in your pocket and you can still do small tasks, shaving, cutting, any cutting task you need. The tip, look at that tip, still absolutely flawless from prying, stabbing. Look at that fat tip though, that how they grind it out. Love it, love it. Absolutely flawless. The edge, absolutely flawless, except for that spot where that idiot smashed it against a concrete fire pit. I mean, hard as hell, full swing, hit it against a concrete fire pit. Little tiny nick, that's all it took, and it took a little bit to shave it. And then, look at this, after batoning, after hitting at the door, after cutting through everything, it's still still a razor blade. Look at that. I mean, it's just shaving all the hair off my arm. I mean, still a freaking razor blade. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, you guys have your opinion, but this right here is my all-around favorite knife to take out. This one always goes in my rotation for my EDC, everyday carry. It's, you know, the big one is awesome too, but the big one is a big one. You know, it's not too heavy. It's not the weight, it's just the size of it. But this one here is perfect. It's slender enough to where it doesn't bother you in the pocket at all. To me, anyways, it doesn't bother me at all. It's strong. You got that, again, you have this freaking Oz 10A steel that's, I mean, heat treated just absolutely perfect. The cold steel just does it right. You got that weight feature if you need to pull it out in a quickness. If you need to stab someone really fast or something, or an animal or something that's trying to attack you. It's just awesome, you know, or even one-handed deployment, you know, even after attacking. If you want to just reach in your pocket to pull it out real quick, to have it open so you can do some, you're holding something, you need a really quick deployment so you can use one to hold something and do the other hand to do that, to do it with. It's awesome. I mean, absolutely awesome, guys. Highly recommend it. And even for the ferro rod striking, I know it was really very minimal sparks, but you know what? Easily turn this into a 90-degree spine on the work sharp. You know, just grind it down a little bit, make it 90 degree, and you'll have a ferro rod striker if you wanted to do that. To me, it's not that important for this type of knife, for what I use it for. But man, holds an awesome edge. Man, guys, highly recommend it. All right, please like, subscribe, and until next knife, gun, or whatever.